Great question, and a hugely important one, because this is, in many people's minds, a sort of last chance to take the action that's needed to prevent catastrophic climate change as established at COP21 in Paris, so to within the maximum of 1.5 degrees. Some people are saying it can and should be pivotal in all of the action that we need to take in that regard. So I'm very glad to say that in the 2 years since the UK took over the presidency of the COP, we have seen the number of countries in the world that are committed to net zero increase from below 30% now to 70%. So this is a great advance. We still have a long way to go. And at COP26, we hope to make big advances in establishing the finance flows that are needed to carry out both the adaptation of industry and lifestyles and the mitigation against the effects of climate change. At the same time, we are expecting many countries to make a lot of further commitments in specific sectors. So after the first 2 days, when we have the World Leaders Gathering, we will have sector-specific days with individual ministers attending in areas such as transport, green energy, and so on, finance, etc. And these are all areas in which additional commitments by governments will add together to make a real difference and allow us to, we hope, finish the work that was kicked off, if you like, in Paris at COP21. The agreement that we had to the action that was needed, which really started to get into action at COP22 in Marrakech in 2016. And many of the initiatives that we are seeing having a real impact today actually emanate from COP22 in Marrakech. And it's one of the great things about a UK-Morocco collaboration for this COP is that we are building on work that was started in Marrakech by His Majesty the King. Initiatives such as the initiative on adaptation for African agriculture and also the Congo Basin Initiative. But I think the answer is that economies and companies will only be competitive if they are heading towards net zero. It's what customers, whether industrial, commercial or private, are asking for the whole time. And as we've seen in many sectors already, such as zero-emission vehicles and renewable energy through solar and aeolian power, what we've seen is that as the demand goes up and the supply goes up, then the unit cost comes down enormously. So to the point that now it is cheaper to construct renewable energy in a country like the UK than it is to construct polluting energy. And at the same time, renewable energy does not risk becoming a stranded asset where over time demand for the product disappears. We will always have, and at the moment we can only see increasing demand for renewable energy, whereas the demand for energy that is based on fossil fuels and is polluting is simply going down. Yes, I'm optimistic. One could say you have to be optimistic, but I am genuinely optimistic that it can be done. What the British government, with its presidency of COP26, supported fantastically by our Italian friends who are our co-hosts and have already hosted the pre-COP in Milan. But what we have done is to taken on the responsibility that has been adopted by previous presidents of the COP, including twice Morocco, and we have taken that responsibility to get the maximum global engagement to make what is possible a reality.